Good morning. This is your weekly Wednesday Wisdom Call. My name is Marty Forrest. My website is Hello Extraordinary Life. All of these calls are recorded, so you can go back and listen again, or if you can't be here live, you have the opportunity to listen to any one of them. They're all labeled and titled, and I have dates on them also. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Just a matter of how long I've been doing it. I'm in the 40s now. I've had 40 of these calls, so almost a year. Coming up on a year of these weekly calls. Yeah, so when I hit that, I'll be marking it as a milestone because it's a big deal. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal to be that consistent and to keep showing up and doing it, even when it's just me. Occasionally, it's on my rare occasion it is. So I have to call myself and then take the music off. So, because on that, when you're waiting on hold by yourself, there's music. So I have to call myself. Yeah, one day I did that, and then I forgot to hit the record button. And, oh, my God, I was just so on that day. I forgot to record it. I'm like, Oh, my gosh, really? Oh, yeah, that was something else. Anyway, so I am available for private coaching. I have a group course coaching, mentor coaching, called A Journey into Loving Yourself from the Inside Out. All that you can find on the website. You can go there and get your free offer of steps to reprogramming your own negative self-talk, which I've been rolling around in my head about refining that. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it to you, Stacy, but I mentioned it the other day in a networking group. The person facilitating said, so just share who you are and what you do and what's on your mind. That's pretty loaded sometimes. So I said, well, So what's on my mind is it's evolved, went from loving yourself from the inside out to reprogramming your negative self-talk, so a little more clear. And then it evolved from that to, and I haven't really put it out there, but I've been rolling it around in my head, so this is what I told the group. That's been evolving into, I help people stop mentally masturbating. Oh, my God. They vapor locked. I thought that's probably really good. The reaction of people, first of all, it's very clear. Second of all, it'll weed people out who are just offended by that, And anyway, so I'm just kind of rolling that around to see if I really want to be that bold. I do like it, and I kind of go, well, it could be offensive, and that might just be okay, because I'll get it really the exact people who relate. Today, the topic is saying yes when we mean no, and being authentic. How do we be authentic when we give a yes or a no? Because we are a yes culture and a yes society. Some people are very good at saying no and having some boundaries, and many of us are not. Many of us are in that culture of not good enough. I have to do it to prove my worth. I have to please everybody. I don't want to be rejected. I don't want to hurt their feelings. There's all kinds of this litany of reasons that we say yes and then wonder why we feel burnt out, we're exhausted, we have no energy. I get home and I don't want to leave again, but I have this commitment that I made, and now I have to go because I made this commitment. And it takes practice. No is a complete sentence, and sometimes we do need a reason, not because they need a reason, but sometimes it helps to have more context to someone, especially if someone mentioned their job. It may be okay to say, no, I can't do that right now. I'll get to it when I'm done with these things. Because there's priorities, right? There's a matter of priority at work. There are things like somebody asked me, I wrote about this in the email, somebody asked me to go, I was invited to go on Easter Sunday to her family. And I said possibly, because I really want to meet her family. I've met her dad long ago, and I really want to meet her family. And then I sent the text, and I went, really? You really want to go do that? Lou's going to be gone. My husband's going to be gone working. And When she texted me back, I said, I'll pass. I'm going to enjoy my solitude. And she went, I understand. I didn't feel bad. I didn't, but I just had to check in with myself. What do I really need? And where do I want to put my time and energy and my focus to where I say yes and what I say yes to? Because the no factor gets us caught up in all kinds of crap in our own self and the guilty feelings of our own self-talk. And it's uncomfortable. And it will be uncomfortable until it's not. That's what I'll say about it. Because I know when I first started saying no to things, I'd have to give all the reasons and why I couldn't do it and why I couldn't make an appointment there for somebody for work because, I had other things to do. Well, what happens when I start giving all those reasons why not, not for everyone, but often it can become ammunition for them to try to manipulate me to please them or to accommodate them. When the truth is they don't really give a shit about me. They just want what they want. And that took a long time for me to learn. If when I honor my time and what I'm saying yes to and what I'm saying no to and authentically mean that, then others will honor that also. When I'm attempting to please everybody, then they're going to attempt to keep me pleasing them because that's the role. Not because there's something wrong. That's simply the role that we've set up with them. And when I begin to change that and I begin to say no, or I'll think about it, or can I have 24 hours, maybe it's not no right away when someone asks me to do something. Or for me, let's say it's a commitment of a service commitment or a leadership role or leading something to, some kind of volunteer work. And even your job, I'll say, when do you need an answer by? And if they want it right now, it's immediately no. Then no. Because I'm not willing to be pushed into it if I can have 24 hours. So then I get my time to sit with it and really look at how much time and how much commitment and how does it fit. Is it going to fit? I can take that 24 hours before I give an answer. And that takes practice. Because we're often not, I get so inspired by things, and I was listening to someone talk about this organization he's involved in, and you have to be trained to be in it, and it deals with people who are in abusive situations and kids or adults, and it's helping them learn new coping skills. And I thought, oh, wow, I'm really inspired by that. And he didn't ask me if I wanted to or if I was interested, but I just thought, I get so excited about something and I'm so inspired by it. And I want to say yes because I'm so inspired by that thing that they're doing. But I already have a full plate. So it doesn't really fit for me to add the next thing and have it overflowing because now I have not enough to give everyone my best. So everyone gets a little piece. And when they get a little piece, things get dropped out. I'm not giving them 100%. They're not getting the best of me because now I've spread myself too thin. And when that happens, I either quit something, details get dropped, I get sick. And I say I, but this applies to all of us. I just say I because I'm talking about what my experience, but it applies to all of us. It's a we thing. Learning how to say, like to check in with myself when someone asks me something. Now, when it's a work thing, someone mentioned work. When it's a volunteer thing, they can all get a lot and they can all get overwhelming. So defining what's my thing to do in my job, is this part of my job, and prioritizing. And letting them know. I'm on this right now. I'll get to this. Maybe give them a time, or you ask them by when they need it, and then you can get to it by then. And if it works. Otherwise, if you have other people to delegate to, delegate. We are a culture of saying yes, and then we burn out. So if you can pause, even if you need to give an answer right then, pause. Just take a moment to pause and breathe and do a check-in with yourself. Now, this may be a new skill for you. If you've never done this, how does it feel in your body? What's your initial reaction? Like, underneath all that excitement, if you're excited about something and you're inspired by something, and you really just pause and take a breath, what's behind that excitement? Is there really a time? Do you have an open time commitment to say yes to that thing you're going to say yes to? And then, so this is really about being authentic with yourself, right? And then you get to be more authentic and transparent with others, because people truly appreciate, they may not like it, they truly appreciate when I say yes and I mean it, and I say no and I mean it. I've been offered positions and roles and leadership roles. Somebody contacted me through LinkedIn, and there was some kind of a speaker, like a Toastmasters. It's another type of speaking group where you do public speaking. And there's not one in this area, and she said, you sound like the perfect person to take this on. Would you be interested in starting a group there? Well, I'm really inspired by that. It's exciting that someone would ask me. I'm honored, and I would be really good at it. That's the other part of it. Mm-hmm. We are really good at these things. Then I got to ask myself, do I have the time to do this, to take on something like this? Because any kind of commitment like that, there's always more than I know. There's always more time commitment. It's always a bigger thing than I think it's going to be. Always, always, always. I've done a lot of leadership roles. Why I know about this. And so projects, and there's a 4th of July committee here in town, and I thought about getting on that committee, and I thought, do I really have that kind of time commitment in addition to what is already on my plate? So being selective about where I want to put my time and energy. So pausing, giving yourself a 24-hour window if you don't have to give an answer right away. And if you have to give an answer right away, generally it's no. No, thank you. Complete sentence. Thank you for the offer. Whatever that is. Otherwise, not only am I letting me down, but I'm letting them down. Because nobody's getting all of me. And when I tell them, hey, I already have a full plate, and I would not be able to give you my best if I take this on too. And they go, oh, I get that, right? Because they're probably yes people too. So they know. They already know. And when I can tell them that, if I take this on, I'm not going to give you my best. Please find someone who has the time commitment to give you what you need. They understand that. Otherwise, I'm falling into that same trap of, oh, yes, I'm Superwoman. I can do it all. And I probably can. But it may kill me in the process. And today, when we are living this high-paced culture that we have, it's really easy to get caught up in all that stuff. And our culture is designed for not good enough and always doing more. That's how it's designed. And that's our brainwashing, in my opinion. That's my opinion, is we get brainwashed into thinking that we have to say yes to everything. We have to please everyone all the time. What about me? And what about you? What about the commitment to me being healthy, thriving, and being my best? Am I able to do that if I'm saying yes to everything that's coming my way? My purpose in life, I'm a healer. I was born that. That's what I do. And I can do that anywhere, anyway, anytime. And it took me a while to define, where do I apply that? So for 20 years, it's been massaging. And for a lifetime, I actually got trained now, but for a lifetime, it's been coaching. Helping people in their own healing. I had to choose, though. I had to choose where I was going to put that time and energy, because it can go anywhere, right? So whatever your purpose is, or whatever if you're a parent, sometimes that's our purpose, is being a parent. Sometimes it's helping people in recovery. That's our purpose. And then where's the line? Like, where is it that we have too many people that we're trying to help? Because we keep saying yes. We're taught to say yes. And I got to look at that. And I heard someone say the other day, he said, I don't take on more than 5 at a time in recovery. And I went, He said, otherwise I can't give them my best. And I've had more than that at one time, and it's a lot. And I realized that's a new boundary for me. And in that particular program, we're taught to say yes. And I'm realizing that then I'm doing a disservice. If I'm saying yes, let me pass you on to someone else who may be a better fit. So, lots of ways. But really looking at, someone said it before we started here, looking at what are our motives. What's my motive for saying yes? And what's my motive for saying no? And it's really about being true to me, being true to yourself, about where you really have the time and energy to give. And I have talked for a while, so I will stop there. What did you get out of all that? And anything useful and helpful? Any aha moments?
Yes. Well, I've been listening to someone. Are we on recording?
I'll take it off.